Blue's been talking to me this morning.
Blue's been talking to the whole world.
She's so funny because I was pointing the camera at her, and every time I would point the camera at her, she'd just stare at me. But the moment I would turn to walk away, she would start talking again. And I was trying to catch her talking on camera. She's like stubborn about it.
Yeah, I think Miss Blue, there's no I think. We know Miss Blue is in heat.
For sure.
And all the boys are going crazy for her. Hey guys, welcome back to K&S Get Out. It is a beautiful fall morning. I mean, I can't even, there's no words for it.
It is so peaceful. Bruno and I have already been on a walk today. It's gorgeous. I think we've probably already put in like 5,000 steps. We've been all over the place.
You better stop then. You're gonna run out of your quota real fast.
I don't have a quota. I just keep going and going and going.
Oh, see, 14,000 and I'm done. I gotta lay down. It's like, that's when my foot is dead. I'm dying. Yeah, people ask like, why are you out of breath? Well,
we do walk uphill a lot, guys.
Yeah, I ain't got no Can-Am Defender that we hop in with heat and air.
Nope, it's all 2 legs for us.
Future goals.
Yes.
Now it's good for us. This is our workout. We don't go to the gym. We don't do that CrossFit stuff anymore.
Nope.
Hey, I wanted to mention, if you saw our last video, guys, there was a quiz in it. And you didn't even know it. I didn't even preface, I didn't even tell you. But a lot of you passed with flying colors. Speaking of colors, it was Spruce and Luigi's eye comparison. When you pull their eyelid down, I intentionally
Absolutely
had it backwards. I told Shannon before we hit record, watch this. Let's see how this goes. Boy, I tell you, in the premiere, the whole conversation changed to Kyle. I think you got that backwards, and said, hey, good job, you get an A. Hey, good, you get an A. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, I get it. It's backwards. Y'all got an A.
His city showed just a little bit. No big deal, guys.
Yeah, that was my bad.
Sometimes you just get things backwards. It's
so
okay.
If you haven't seen that video and you do go back and watch, basically what I'm talking about when I'm pulling their eyelids down, flip what I said about the colors. You don't want to see white. But what we decided is I think Luigi's albino. So that's why he's just white through and through. So my bad. I mean, you passed the quiz.
It happens.
On that note, I am very happy to report that Spruce seems to be in a much better place today. We are, I think, 2 days past the last time we showed you in the video, and no more diarrhea. Diarrhea is the big one. I know, guys, we talk about poo a lot, but it's a very important part of raising goats or animals in general.
We're at the top of the hill. You out of breath?
Yeah. This is why you hear me breathing, and the microphones. It's just right there by my breather. Sorry about it. But when we came out to feed yesterday morning, Spruce he's acting 100% normal. But there was another dog log, which is just their clumpy poo, kind of looks like a dog turd. I can't believe we're talking about this.
I can't believe it either, but this is our life, guys. This is just the reality.
So we had no indication that it was him, other than it looked just like the one he had passed the day or two prior. But we got to make that assumption. So we did go ahead and administer another dosage of the probiotics, but he is all done with the dewormer and everything. And then we're really keeping a close eye on the rest of the goats. In fact, I talked to a few different people who are familiar with raising goats. One of them, my buddy up the road where we got Mama. And it is very common practice. If you think there's worms in your herd, go ahead and deworm everybody. So Shannon and I have been talking about that, and I think we're gonna just use the granular, and just for one feeding, we'll just dose them all up. I gotta get some weights and find out how much we gotta give them. That's gonna be fun. But Shannon and I were at Menards yesterday for the 6th time this week. Just kind of walking around, dreaming, talking to our friends that work there and looking at some stuff for the bird coop. And there was a gentleman who just randomly walked up to us, friendly as could be, and watches the family. And then starts kind of connecting the dots. We have a lot of places where our paths have crossed, but here I am kind of feeling like, man, we got all this to do with goats, and like holding on to a Spruce and trying to drench him like we did in our last video. He's still got a little bit of a mess on his behind. And I was like, man, that's naturally, he's gonna, you know, blah, blah. No. So when we bumped into the gentleman at Menards, he said, man, it's a lot of work raising them goats. I said, man, it really is. He goes, no, I mean, I know firsthand. I was like, really? He said, yeah, I used to run 75 head of goats. 75. That's almost 7 times as many as this crazy crew here. But it was also inspirational. And this is gonna sound funny, but it's inspiring me and Shannon to go ahead and wipe Spruce's booty. Get him clean.
Wait.
The best part is that Shannon cannot contain Spruce. He's too big, She's too short, so I don't have to do the wiping. But hey, is this your first time wiping his tushy clean?
Well, no, but the last time I wiped him, he was like 5 pounds.
Oh yeah, he fit in our hands, didn't he?
Yeah.
And it was that orange poo, that baby poo.
So what Kyle is saying is that he had this idea to go ahead and clean him up. Don't put that on me at all. This is all Kyle. But guess who's gonna be doing it?
Shannon. So if you're watching this video who we bumped into at Menards, it was great to meet you, and I really do want to follow up on the off-grid stuff that you're doing, and I think I could learn a whole lot from you. So I don't think I got to tell you before we walked away, but it was a pleasure meeting you. And you've motivated me to feel like, oh, we only got 11 goats. That ain't no big deal. If we got to wipe their bum, let's make Shannon do it. Hi, big fella. Hi, medium fella. Boy, these two are doing great. Yeah, I know, I gotta come see you, but somebody's in my way. You gonna stay here and talk to Mr. Hercules? I think Bruno thinks he's coming in.
Yeah, dude, you're not going in. So sorry. Not happening.
I'll wipe Spruce for you, Mom.
That's a pretty tempting offer.
Yeah, he knew right where to aim, didn't he? All right, bub, you're gonna stay out here, okay? So guys, this is what it looks like when you got a goat in heat. Spruce, making it weird. Get in there, Sheriff, break him up. It makes all the boys. Act just a little funny. Ouija, you got some frustration. Hey, Bob. Hey. You can't be tearing up my pen.
Lil
You know what happened to
Mario,
your
Larry,
brother when he did
cut
that?
it out. Come on, guys. Cut it out.
These are kind of the two, I don't know, wisdom leaders of the group. They normally are pretty calm, but if she's in heat, he kind of claims her. He says, Mama's mine. He doesn't let any other goats mess with her. And he'll make his random spit noises and stuff a little bit, but not nearly as bad as our younger goats. Goodness gracious, speaking of our younger goats.
I got all the babies coming to
What
me.
are we trying to accomplish here today, guys? So Larry, if you couldn't guess, is Blue's son. He and Harry were the first two that she had out here at Shady Acres. He and Earl Man, her other handsome boy, that's Hair Bear. Earl Man right there.
Okay, that's enough, boys.
Whoa! They kind of take turns trying to protect Blue, specifically from Spruce. Hey! No, guys, you're not even, there's no way you can even accomplish anything. You're just gonna tear up your horns. Come on, I know it. Come on, Sheriff. Sheriff, help me out. Sheriff, no! A lot of good he's doing today. Guys, come on, I know it. You think it's a beautiful day, you think Blue's a beautiful lady. You trying to court Blue? What kind of song do you sing her? I know, Bluesy. I know, honey. We'll get you in your nursery so you can eat. Come on, Spruce man. Hey, do you hear how much she does not like that?
There's so much going on with everybody. We need 2 cameras just to capture it all.
I need a camera on every single goat. Yeah. Hi, Larry. Standing up for your mama. Sheriff, I don't envy you, my friend. Goodness. See, brothers sometimes will come in to help Lil Mario or stand up to the big one. But in order, it's still pecking order, that is. He's King Goat. That's Luigi. He's the biggest of all of them. He's, for the most part, he'll be calm, but when he decides to enforce something or make a change, he doesn't hold back. In a close second, Spruce Man. In his mind, he's first, till he gets close to Luigi. And then it's very apparent that he's not yet, but he's working on it. Yeah, well, you know, I mean, there's a lot wrong with what's going on right here. Goats. What can I say? I feel like I'm in harm's way a little bit. We got some biters in the bunch. I'd have to look, I don't even know off the top of my head right now. How old are these guys? They were born January 31st. That's what it was. So they're about 9 months old. Yeah, just about right at 9 months almost. I don't know. Do you know when does go into heat for the first time? Doelings?
Nope.
Might need to Google that. But yeah, they do show a little bit of favoritism even to Miss Daisy, our doeling, the only doeling we have besides the does, the adult does, Blue and Mama. But it just gets kind of crazy in here this time around. Now, if you're new here, you know that we don't have an intact male with us. We don't have, none of these guys are capable of breeding, but it's very apparent to us, and I didn't know it would be this severe, I guess is the word. I didn't know they would still go through this process at this level, but they do. So I know that most goat farmers have a better strategy when, especially if they're breeding, keeping their bucks separate, because when this happens and you do have an intact goat, that was our Mario, Big Mario. That guy was dangerous. Not only to the other goats, but to us, and mostly our entire infrastructure. This is Lil Mario, and he fights a whole lot like his daddy did. Just not quite as intense because, again, he's a wether. Brother Koopa. Goodness. And now you wonder, well, Kyle, why'd you reinforce that with so many 2x6s and 4x4 posts? This is exactly why. And so far it's holding up pretty stinking good. When did you guys become biters? When did that happen? Spruce taught you that, didn't he? I can feel that one.
Their horns have gotten so big, both Lil Mario, Koopa, and Larry, all three of them, their horns have really gone through a growth spurt.
Very much so. Well, and how old are we now?
Who?
These three right here, because aren't they only a few months apart?
So Larry and Harry are 1 year and 4 months old.
Larry and Harry, 1 year and 4 months, okay.
Koopa and Lil Mario are 1 year and 2 months old.
Yeah, that's right. You guys are younger than Larry. He's trying to tell you that, but you're slightly bigger and you fight together. So I do remember learning that I believe goats grow for about 2 years. Their horns specifically typically grow until 2 years, and then they're at full size. So we still got a little more horn growth even from these guys. Watch your step. And I know they're gonna get a little bit bigger. Like your dad, huh?
Hey,
That's his tongue.
come check out these two littles. Earl's over here talking.
Earl and Duke, are you protecting Bluesy? Weege, why don't we come out of there, bub? Yeah, let's give her a break, okay? That's your mama, Earl. Don't be weird. Okay, now you're making it weird. Smart, Daisy. Just stay out of the way. See all these leaves, guys? Fall is upon us. And it has just been raining leaves for the past, I don't even know how many weeks. But these guys, it's gonna be hard to tell on camera. It takes them a long time to come around to eating their hay. In fact, the big hay feeder over there, I think still has it's about half full. But Goatville, all throughout the day, these guys will come down here and they've done a really good job at eating the leaves. And my dad and I even talked about this. His goats are doing the same thing. Their hay consumption goes down drastically this time of year because they have so many leaves they can eat. And if you remember, we did a lot of cutting down little saplings and push them down the hill this year. And every time a tree came down, the goats would just swarm the leaves and go to town cleaning it up. So I always love free food for them and healthy forage. That's good forage. Whoa, that's a herc hole. It's coming, I know it. She's getting it right now. It's just a hostile environment here when it's like this. Fortunately, they don't really target it towards Shannon and I, but you do have to stay out of the crossfire because whenever they're swinging at each other, doing whatever they're doing, if something's in their way, it's getting hit.
Hi, Sprucers. How you feeling, buddy?
Here's your food, bub. Weege.
You know the drill, Mama. I gotta get Blue and her babies, and then we'll get to you, okay? Please don't jump on me.
Man, even Earls, just give it up, dude. Tell him who the boss is, Bluesy.
No, Blue, you're staying in. She's like, get him away from me.
My goodness. Does food stop it? Yes, it does. Maybe while they're hungry, it's worse. We'll find out. You're making me real nervous down here. Yeah, I don't like this. Come on. Let her come out. My goodness. You boys. Huh? What? What'd you say? Spit it out, big guy.
Come on, Mama. Get your boys. Oh, really? Push the gate, Mama. Get the gate. You're so close. I know.
Good job, Sheriff. We got your food too, bub. I am happy to report I've kind of been looking around while I'm walking around, and I don't see any dog logs today.
I haven't seen any either.
At least not any that didn't actually come from our dog.
Who slimed Lair Bear?
Gross. I hope that's slobber, man. What did I just touch? Wait, I don't have... Yeah, we're not going to talk about that.
Really?
Usually the feeding time is the worst, but right now, today, with everything that's going on, this is the calmest we've gotten so far. Boy, you were working a lot last night, weren't you? We slept with a couple of windows open in the camper, and I think it was about 1:30. Oh, man. He got going, just barking, just doing his job, and I look out and he's just prancing across the pen, and all the goats are up on the herd hut in tier 1 and tier 2, which is where he wants them.
I'm just trying to block Spruce for whenever he's ready to run.
I'm hoping Herc might help a little bit. Hey, Spruce, you can finish it. Earl is still coming into his manhood, his goat manhood. And so the noises they make when they're his age, he and Dookie specifically, he'll do it too. They make that little huh, 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 what? Yeah, see, they speak it. Just as much as we enjoy this weather, these goats, when it gets to be this time of year and they're getting that break from the extreme heat that just doesn't give up and it doesn't really cool down at night, and the ones that are old enough to remember winter, they know that's coming. And so they love to graze through this time, go and catch all those leaves like I was talking about. Just happy here at Shady Acres.
I was even telling Kyle.
Shannon. I found you.
I was even telling Kyle as we were standing at the end of the driveway, it's so peaceful out here.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like it's just raining leaves. It's nice and calm. I know I've said it over and over, but I love this time of year. It's my favorite. It's so peaceful and beautiful.
You talking about me?
I'm talking about God's creations, all of you.
That's me.
I'm just always amazed by him every single day. Speaking of it raining leaves,
Babe.
what? Oh no, you're a mess. No wonder you were kind of standoffish yesterday.
Definitely deworming everybody.
Yep. So a lot of people mentioned in our last premiere that pumpkins are also a natural dewormer.
Yeah.
So because it's pumpkin season, I think I'll go today and just grab several pumpkins from that place down the road from us, and we'll just give all of our goats a little treat today.
Sounds good.
A little dewormer treat.
And we've got some diatomaceous earth in there too, if I remember right.
Yeah, we do. It's food grade.
Okay, so we may do a little bit of combination of all of it and Probably still go ahead and do a granular as well.
I'm game with all of that.
I don't necessarily want to have to drench each and every one of them like what we did for spruce last week, but this is kind of just how it is with goats. And
Last week, it was 2 days ago.
It's been a very goat-filled few days. Yeah, we just, you know, you gotta pay attention. You gotta stay on top of it, because these animals, man, they don't tell on themselves that they're ill. They try not to show it because they're prey. And if they were in the wild and they showed their illness or they showed their pain or injuries, like, they are getting eaten. They know that. So they're just naturally wired that way. But if you raise goats, it makes it a little bit difficult to know, and you've got to act fast whenever you do know something's going on. So we're gonna stay on top of this and make it a priority. Keep everybody healthy. And if you check their eyes, pink, good. White, not
Bad.
good. Don't fail that quiz, babe.
Do we need to recheck Mr. Luigi and well, thank you. Make sure he's okay.
Yeah, but I'll need another hand for that.
Okay. Somebody made a comment that we don't have to break the hay up like this. But let me tell you guys, if we don't, you think they waste it now? It gets wasted way more if we don't break it up like this.
Yeah, I'll see if I can show you how spruce eats hay. Hey. Hey.
Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey.
So when spruce gets him a bite of hay, he yanks it out like that. And if one of those big clumps like this one right here, if he got a hold of that guy, he'll just yank it and 2/3 of it will fly off onto the ground, and then he'll have his little bite that he was going for. Ideally, and I've seen a lot of custom built hay feeders, if you can get the top of it up higher so that they have to pull it through the holes, that is the best way to not waste as much hay. But we got some really big goats. Well, not compared to like the biggest goats in the world, but we got some pretty darn big goats in here. That guy especially, that guy especially. These boys are getting there. Look how much bigger these two are than Mama.
He's actually letting me pet him. He wouldn't let me pet him for a few days, so
yeah,
this is progress.
Stuck something where it wasn't supposed to go.
Well,
I was mad at you. Then you
just
tried
saying.
to choke me with a liquid. Then you stuck some gross blue stuff in my mouth. Yuck.
You live a pretty rough life, don't you, man?
I know. Save me, someone out there.
Anybody, save him. You want to come get him?
Yeah, just a fresh butt wipe and he's good to go.
Golly. All right, guys.
Man, the colors, it's just, look, it's just beautiful. I'm at least kind of glad, I have to admit, I'm glad that the guineas are staying over there today.
Oh, me too. They were being obnoxious in our last video.
Oh yeah. Bruno, man.
Your tail may be wagging, but it doesn't mean that's something you're supposed to have.
You broke off the little rubber, oh man.
That's not a good boy, Bruno. You're not supposed to have that.
Bruno, drop it. Bruno.
That's a good drop it.
Good
Good
drop
boy.
it, young man. You little stinker pot. You know what he's telling me is that even if I'm doing a building project, I can't leave any of my stuff out. I gotta put it all up in the shed each night and then drag it back out.
It's not like I haven't been telling him that for months. It's okay.
Months? You've been complaining about that for years.
Years!
Hey, babe. It's time.
I'm gonna try to get him while he's eating so that he just stands still,
You
and hopefully
know
it's
that
not
ain't
gonna be that
the
bad.
case. I'm gonna have to put this down and help you. All right, Miss Daisy, don't knock that over. You either, Lair Bear. Do you want me to just go ahead and
That's
get
actually Duke.
That is Dookie.
Oh
Yeah,
man,
baby.
he's crusty.
Let's see if I can use this tree a little bit to keep him from going too far that way. She's gonna clean you up, big guy. Does this take you back to when you were a little dude staying in the crate up in the shed? Attaboy, just pull that cut out. It's okay, I know. Goodness gracious, dude.
I know, Herc. I know. Okay.
Bruno just wants to be a goat.
Oh my gosh, that's adorable. Look at Daisy checking him out.
What are you out there, mister? Golly, so he is 70 pounds, right? But
Okay.
look how big she is, even in comparison to him, you know?
Well, and just as a comparison, he was only born a week before the triplets. So a week before Daisy, Duke, and Earl.
And that's Miss
There.
Daisy right there.
Yeah, they're right around the same age.
There's Dookie right there.
Look, she's getting closer, like, what are you doing out there?
You're a funny looking goat, mister.
Where's your horns?
Why are you on the outside?
Okay, so Kyle and I split up. I went and got the pumpkins. That's the more fun thing to do. He went and got all of the dewormers, the DE, the minerals, all the things that are like, you know, that responsible thing to do. But check this out. Our goats are gonna love having some pumpkin. And no, I know that not all of those are pumpkins. Some of them are gourds and they're not gonna eat all of them. But I got the fun side of things where I got to go fill up a wagon as full as I could for $50 of pumpkins and gourds. I mean, that's fun. I told him I got the much more fun job than you. You had to go do all the responsible stuff.
I mean, I kind of enjoy going to Atwoods. I dread it because I got to drive all the way way over there, but when I go, I don't spend less than like $200.
It kind of looks that way. I spent way less than you did.
You know, I got a multi-purpose the trip, so I needed some bird food, and we needed another feeder because with 25 birds in there, plus the adults going in during the day,
Yep.
this will just give them more opportunity. But I got the biggest bag of diatomaceous earth. I want to try to clean the pen out with the rake on the tractor and then by hand a little bit and get some of that down. And Harry, I'm real nervous about Harry because he's not like Spruce. Spruce is a big old honking goat, but Harry's been really lethargic this morning. In fact, he's just laying down over there. So I may even go sneak him a dewormer meal. And then we got the minerals, we got the electrolytes so we can keep him hydrated and all that stuff. So we're just gonna hit them all down there. I'm a little nervous, so that's what I'm gonna spend my day doing, unbeknownst to myself this morning until now.
And by the way, guys, I did wipe Spruce's butt and Harry's, and it was not the most pleasant experience, but you gotta do what you gotta do.
Well, and Harry's is hairy, so like Spruce got that little short fur, you know, kind of like my hair, but Harry's got them beautiful,
They're just a mess, so
yeah.
you just gotta do what you gotta do when you love your animals.
So I'm gonna administer all this stuff, give them all the options. I will replace their grain feed tonight with the proper rations of this stuff and have to, you know, make sure everybody gets the proper amount, all that fun stuff. But this is the best way to go. Beyond this, if Harry doesn't show much improvement throughout the rest of today, maybe even by 5 o'clock today, I'll probably call the vet and see if they can give me the 2 drenches that we gave Spruce and just stay ahead with him with a little bit extra.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea.
Probably call him before I give him this stuff.
Yeah, probably so.
Oh, I forgot to mention, I don't go to Atwoods without taking care of my boys. These things are expensive.
Are they?
Yeah, they're not the most expensive. I wanted to get the most expensive because I have the best boys in the world, but
I'm glad you didn't. Thank you.
one of them may not even eat it. He may just bury it. The other one will annihilate it.
Annihilate it.
Yep. They're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, guys. Well, run 11 goats and have something like this go through them, then it's pretty much drop everything, put a smile on your face, tend to them, do the best you can and take care of them, and get on the other side of it.
And get them a treat while you're at it.
And see if they'll eat some pumpkins. That would be a lot of fun and very festive this time of year.
Yeah.
All right, guys. We love and appreciate each and every one of you. We'll keep you posted on how everybody's doing. We thank you for coming along this journey with us. And as always, we'll see you in the next one.
Bye. Hey, you remembered this time.
I did. I was like, I was feeling it more, you know. I was like, yeah, we'll keep you posted. Thanks for coming along. But yeah, I don't know. Sometimes it just, you know, I
You
feel
just
it
have
more.
that blank mind, huh?
Oh, it's all. There's always a brain fart somewhere in there. It's just when's it going to come out, and it's, you know, when I'm on camera.
Usually at the outro.
That's very true.